begin, let me give a quick introduction. I see some new faces here today. So, well, actually, hands up, who's been here before?
Who's what, sorry?
You look familiar. Have I seen you before here?
I was part of a competition here a while back.
Oh, 2012, isn't it?
Yeah.
I knew you looked familiar. So you were from
Harry
where?
Twat.
Harry Twat.
Yeah.
Okay. I know where you've obviously been here before. Okay. Well, great. I mean, I was just a trader back then, so I'm good with faces, so I can remember your face. Anyway, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Shoaib Qureshi. I'm a professional trader. I have been for the last 10 odd years now. And I specialize in equity index futures. And for those of you who don't know what futures are, that's it's kind of a fancy way of saying stock market derivatives. Okay? Nothing too fancy. It sounds more complicated than it is. I also manage the trading division here at Professional Traders, right? And for those of you who have been following us in the press and in the news, you know that we're on a mission, right? Can anyone tell me what our mission is? Well, that's one of the smaller missions. What's that over?
Oh, the biggest trading floor.
Exactly, right? That's our mission. What we're trying to do is establish the world's largest trading floor in Dubaï. And I know on the face of it, it sounds crazy. The first time I thought of it, it sounded crazy too. But you know, if there's anywhere in the world that we can make it happen, it's here in Dubai. Anyway, we'll come back to that later on in the session. I just wanted to give you a brief overview because if it's your first time here, it can be a little bit confusing at times. I can understand that. Hands up, who is an existing trader with us today?
I am, but in Pakistani market, stock market.
Oh, you have to teach me how to trade those. I've tried trading the Karachi Stock Exchange, it's beyond me. So, anyway, we'll come back to that. Maybe you can teach me anything. Okay. So, those of you who are traders, have you ever traded from a floor before? From a trading floor? Anyone ever been to a trading floor before? Okay, great. Later on in the session, I'll give you guys a tour of our trading floor as well, so we'll get more acquainted with that side of the business. Really, the reason I'm asking these questions is to understand whether or not we have the right perspective on trading to begin with, right? Unless we have the right perspective, there's no point in me telling you what are the 4 pillars of trading and so on. So I'm going to tell you guys what I tell all of my students before we begin trading. Is how to differentiate between retail trading and professional trading. Okay, retail trading is something you can very easily do in your pajamas, sitting in your bed at home, right, on your laptop, through something like FXCM or any of the retail brokers you can use. It's very easy, very straightforward, and the odds are that well, actually, 90% of the odds are that you will lose money doing that. Okay? So that's retail trading. 90% of people lose money in retail trading. In contrast to that, professional trading is more like running a business. Okay, that's an analogy we keep using in our training, and we'll keep implementing it throughout tonight's session as well to understand what are the similarities between running a business and professional trading. But the bottom line really is that when you're trading on the floor, losing money is no longer an option, right? And I know it sounds kind of strange, but you'll experience this for yourself as you progress, especially if you do the training and you go onto the trading floor. Just speak to one of the traders; you'll understand what that means. But losing money is not an option. It's about how much you can make and how consistently you can make it. So to that front, let me pose a simple question, and this will be our objective for tonight, is trying to answer this question. The question is, what does it take to become a successful trader? Any guesses? I'm not going to give you the answer, there's no right or wrong answer. I want to hear what you guys have to say. To beat the market.
Average market returns.
Beat the market. What else?
Discipline.
Okay, very good. What else?
Planning.
Planning. Any other guesses?
Passion. Passion.
Passion. That's a good one. In the words of Mr. Enzo Ferrari, right? There is no life beyond passion. What
Risk
else?
management. Risk management.
Risk management. Okay. Any other guesses?
Trading management.
Trading management. Elaborate a little bit on that.
Money management. Money management.
Money management, risk management. I suspect you've taken this class before, so you probably don't know the answer, right? Anyway, we'll come to these later on in detail, right? Money and risk. One of my former students has just walked in, so Mr. Ijaz. Answer the question, what does it take to become a successful trader?
Mind management.
Mind management.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patience.
Patience. That would have been my number one on the list. Very good, patience. Let me pose a slightly different question. Suppose I give you 100,000 dirhams tonight, and I tell you that you have to go out and start a business tomorrow. Okay? So within tonight, you have to make all the decisions of which business to pick, which trade license to go for, what the business plan is, and do the entire feasibility study in one night. What would it take for you to succeed in that business? On a personal level, what would it require from you in terms of personal characteristics? Knowledge. Very good. Okay. What else would it require?
Experience, maybe.
Experience always helps.
Skills.
Skills. Okay. What does it take to run? Any business owners in the house tonight?
Dedication.
Dedication. What else is there? If you were to succeed, think CEO, think Forbes magazine, think Fortune 500. What do all those companies and what do all the CEOs have in common?
Think big.
Think big. The ability to think big. Okay. Can we call that ambition? Yeah. Ambition. What else does it take to succeed in running a business?
Working with the right team, the right advice.
The right team then?
Yeah. Working with the right team,
Okay.
a good team.
Okay.
We've got US macro data next up.
Shut it down a little bit.
The Fed labour market.
Alright, give me one more. Anyone in the what does it take to succeed in running a business? An edge.
Consistency.
Okay.
Statistics.
Statistics, an edge, and consistency. Out of the three,
You need an interest in that business.
you need an interest in that business. That's a good one, right? If you're not interested in that
Another
business,
one without saying, right?
if you're in the business of shoveling manure, then obviously, if you're not interested in that,
And
probably
also you
won't.
have to know that content knowledge.
Yeah. Interest.
I mean, you can have a knowledge, but if you're not interested in that business, you're not going to make enough.
So we got interest, we got consistency, and we had, what was it you said?
Edge.
The edge, right? An edge over the rest. Oh, would you care to elaborate a little bit on that? What do you mean by an edge?
That you have a unique system in place, or a unique thing about your business. If you have a product, it has to be unique compared to other things. So it has to be an edge. You have to have better understanding.
Something
of
that,
others,
something
better
that differentiates you.
especially in the market.
Okay. Now forget the markets for a minute. I mean,
Just
we're
in general. You
Yeah.
still need an edge.
You still need an edge. Okay. Fair enough. I would agree. There's one more. I think Omar, you said something.
Statistics.
Statistics. Okay. Statistics. Can you elaborate?
You have to see the probabilities that you can make something.
Probabilities. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Before you even begin the business, before you even apply for a trade license, what's the one thing that you have to do?
Feasibility study.
Okay. A feasibility study, yeah. And what does that feed into?
The business plan.
There we go, bingo. We have a winner. Right, you need to make a business plan. So, in fact, if any of you have tried opening a business here, the Dubai Economic Department won't even accept your application unless you submit a business plan with it. I mean, it's a different story. They don't even check the business plan, but they at least check that you have a business plan. Okay? It's one of the prerequisites of starting a business, not just in Dubai, but pretty much everywhere in the world. The exception to that being your British Virgin Islands and those offshore entities, right? Okay, we'll revisit those later on today. And I think you guys have basically answered all the questions that you are going to be asking today. So I'm going to keep referring back to everything that you said today. All right? So let's begin with today's session. Now here on the trading floor, like I said, professional trading is very much like running a business. Okay, so the mindset that a professional trader needs to have is very much that of a CEO. All the words that you put on there, very key, very crucial words. We're going to distill them down into specific framework type concepts that you can implement as a trader. Okay. So on the trading floor, all the traders and all the trainees are following a framework of what we call the 4 pillars. It's something we developed in-house. It's not definitely, it's certainly not a proprietary system per se, but it's one of the frameworks that fall into what we call trading best practices. Okay, it gives you the highest probabilities of success and the highest probability or the lowest probabilities of unnecessary losses or unnecessary failures, I like to call it.